Hello class, this is Tony Gianfrido with NETI105, and I'm here to show you the Cisco Networking Academy website. So in the previous syllabus video, we talked about the fact that this NETI105 course is actually going to be hosted in the Cisco Networking Academy environment. And the only real use for the Ivy Learn site is to maintain the grades that you get from doing this course on Net Academy. And so what's going to happen is you're going to get an email from Cisco to register for a Networking Academy account. Please use your Ivy Tech email address. I think all of the emails to you from Networking Academy should have gone to your Ivy Tech email address to register for Networking Academy. So just make sure you use your Ivy Tech email when registering for the course. And you're going to receive a welcome email from me that's going to include a seat token for the NETI105 class. So after you've registered for an account on Cisco Networking Academy, you're going to go to this login button on the top right corner of the page. And by the way, it's netacad.com. So click on the login button on the top right after you've registered, and you're going to put in your credentials that you put in when you registered. But before you do that, you're actually going to click on this link here once you get the seat token from me. You're going to click on this link here to redeem the seat token, and you're going to select that you currently have a Networking Academy login. That's that first email that you registered with. So you're either going to put in your screen name or your email address that you registered with, and then you're going to put in the seat token that I give you. And then once you submit it, you just go through the next steps to finalize the registration, and the class should be added to your account if it's not already been added. So once you've done that, then you can log in to the actual website. Click on the login button on the top right corner, and it's going to load up with your My NetAcad dashboard, and you'll see all of the classes that you're registered to down here. It should show up in green as in progress, and the name is NETI105 Spring 2019. So I'm going to go ahead and click on this arrow to launch the course. It might look slightly different for you because my account is a teacher's account, so mine might show a little bit more than what you would typically see. I'm going to try to transfer over to student view here. And so this is what the main home screen of the NETI105 class looks like on Net Academy. This launch course button is really nice because it takes you straight to the online textbook for this course. And so as you can see here, there's I think 12 chapters starting with chapter 0. There's a course introduction. Make sure you go through this, watch all the videos. This is all required work for week 1. It's going through the course introduction. If you hit your back arrow and go back to the class, there's also a student resources link, and this is going to be important for downloading Packet Tracer. So Packet Tracer is an application that we're going to use to do a lot of the lab assignments in this course, and you need this software to do it. So you click on this Packet Tracer resources link, and it brings you to a web page where you can download a Windows version or a Linux version, or there's an iOS version that you can download. I don't think I've ever had a student use the iOS version. I've only had students use Windows and Linux. And these seem to work just fine with the class. Obviously, there's not a Mac. There's not like a Mac specific version. So you need to either get a Windows laptop, a Linux desktop, an iOS device, or you'll have to go to one of the school's computer labs to work on Cisco Packet Tracer. So that's a helpful link. there's this Introduction to Packet Tracer course. This is actually a deprecated course as of a few weeks ago. So this link shouldn't take you anywhere. It might take you to a site to register for a Packet Tracer class. What we're going to do is I'm actually going to have a separate video that shows you how to download the Packet Tracer the software, how to sign into it using your CiscoNetacademy credentials, and then just how to use it. We're going to do just a very quick video just on how to use Packet Tracer. And that's going to be important because if you go to the module section, this is a student view. So right now, just week 1 coursework is listed. But later on in the semester, this module section is going to display to you all of the assignments that are due for the week. And they're going to be Packet Tracer lab assignments listed on this page. So that's the software application you would use to complete that. Let's see here. So if you click on the syllabus, you could see that there's a detailed list of like all of the assignments that we're ultimately going to get to over the semester. A lot of these are locked or not unpublished. So if you click on them, I don't think it'll let you get to them. Yeah, this assignment is part of an unpublished module and not available. So when those assignments are when it comes time to do those assignments, there will be a due date associated to it, and it'll show up here on the course syllabus, and then you'll be able to access it from here too. It's nice. It's a nice, handy place to go. Honestly, though, the module section is where you need to be accessing all of your online assignments. If you've got quizzes, tests, lab work, you need to come to the module section and access it from here. The way that we populate these courses is we create the course first and then we upload assignments to it. And sometimes there's some duplicates with these assignments. So it's very imperative that you come to the module section and you access your assignments from here, because these are ultimately going to be the assignments that get graded and the ones that you're going to get credit for. You don't want to be clicking on a duplicate link because you found it in this syllabus list. And trust me, I understand if it's not supposed to be there, it shouldn't be here anyway. But fortunately, this site isn't so flexible enough for me to clean it up like that. So that's the reason why I'm making this video, and it's because you need to access all of your assignments through the module section. Once this module section loads up, here's the pre-test exam. It says it counts as 100 points. It's only there to give you some sort of grade. Once that grade is saved, it's going to upload into the grades section, and I'll be able to see that you've completed work. So this pre-test exam is actually it has a 0 weight associated to it, so it's not going to count against your grade if you get a bad grade. All it's there for is to give me some sort of proof that you were in attendance the first week, so you don't get dropped. In the previous syllabus video, there is an attendance drop date. If you don't do any work between now and I think it was the 21st, you will get dropped from the course due to non-attendance. So remember, online distance learning courses requires you to do work to count as being in attendance. And so this pre-test exam is what's required for week 1. Just do it. Answer it to the best of your ability. If you don't get a good grade, don't worry about it. It's just meant to be there for that purpose, and it's a good gauge to see where you are as far as just in general. It's kind of like a quiz on technology, so to speak. So give that a shot. Another thing I want to talk about are lab assignments. So throughout the year, these lab assignments, they're going to have a lab PDF instruction sheet that gives you instructions on how to do whatever it is we're doing in the lab. And on the instruction sheet, there are also a number of questions that go along with the lab as you're doing it. And in order to get the questions in a standardized format from all students, you are required to edit the PDF of the lab sheet with your answers and submit that. So I'm going to show you guys a website called pdfescape.com. And this is a free online website that you can use to edit PDFs. So what you're going to do is you're going to download the PDF from NetAcademy for your lab assignment to your computer. You're then going to come to PDF Escape and you're going to click on this free online button. And as you can see, it supports all browser types. So go ahead and click on free online. And then we're going to upload a PDF to PDF Escape. And then we're going to choose a file. So let's see here. So what I'm doing right now is I'm looking for my Ivy Tech folder. Which I can't seem to find. I thought I had one in here. Here we go. And let's see. Oops, that's not a PDF. Give me just a second here. I'm going to take this PDF and give you an example of one of the lab assignments and show you how to edit it in here. So here we go. Oops. Lab PDF. Here we go. So what I'm doing is I have a list of PDFs of all of the lab assignments, and actually this may not be a good one because I think these have answers on it. Give me just a second here. I'll just choose one that I know we're not going to do. So I think this one. Actually, I'll just give you one. I'll just try to edit one of these appendixes so you can see that how we can edit it. So I'm just going to choose this one right here. I'm going to drag it over here and drop it. Please upload one file at a time. Well, why didn't that? All right, let's try this again. So here's my lab PDF. I'm going to drop it in. There it goes. And now it's processing, and here is a lab sheet. This is like an example lab sheet. Now this particular lab I don't think we're going to do, so that's why I chose it. It's got some answers on it. But the point here is that this is the PDF that is given on the lab assignment. And what you can do, I'm trying to find a question. What you can do is when you come across a question in the lab sheet, here we go. We can populate it and edit it with text with our answers. So this says here, list the probable causes for network problems that employees are experiencing. I'm just going to put bad cabling is installed, errors received on the network interface. I have no idea if this is accurate or correct. Actually, because this is the teacher copy, the answers are right here. But once I put in my answer, it is a requirement to make your answers red or highlight them. So they need to stand out in some fashion. And so this insert tab here, you can select the text option, draw a text box, and you can type in it. The color of the font is right here. You can select which color you want. I'm going to delete that one. And once you've typed in your text, if it's in red, it'll stick out to me, and I'll be able to read it. please understand that this is a requirement, and you have to make your text stand out on the lab PDF when you submit it. If you submit PDF documents to me that are not highlighted, there will be 10 points deducted from your assignments because I have to look at these, and because this is my class, I'm making it a requirement. Some of these lab PDFs can be very, very, very long walls of text, and questions are, intermingled throughout the documents. And so if you don't highlight it, or if you don't change the color of your text to make it stand out in any way, it's going to be almost impossible for me in some situations to see your answers, and you're either not going to get credit for it because I've missed it, or you're going to have points taken away because you didn't highlight it like I've asked you to. So here's the other option you can do. So in addition to changing the color of your answers of the font, you can go to the Annotate tab, click the Highlight action, and just draw a highlighter box over the answer. And that's it. That's all I'm asking you guys to do, is change the color of your font to red or highlight it. Once you've done that, you can save and download the PDF by clicking on this green little down arrow right here. And it's going to literally take your edited PDF and download it to your browser. So if I upload this and I scroll down to where that question was, there's my question. And this document here that you've downloaded, that's been edited, that's what you need to submit to me on NetAcademy when it asks you to turn in work. So there's that. Another thing I want to talk about are quizzes. Quizzes are going to show up in the module section with all of your other work, and I think you can take those multiple times. The thing about quizzes, though, is that while you're given a grade at the end of the quiz, those grades don't show up in the grades section on NetAcademy. So I urge you to please complete them, because what I do, because quizzes are part of your overall grade, when I transfer grades over from NetAcademy into IvyLearn, I go in and I record the grade from the best, because you could take them multiple times. I take the best attempt score that you've done, and I transfer that over into IvyLearn. But remember, it will not show, like say I take a quiz for chapter 1, if I go to the grades section, it's not going to have a column, or a score for my quiz here. Yeah. Quizzes don't show up here for some reason. So it's another one of the little quirks with this NetAcademy website, and it's important because if you don't see it here, some people don't think that they have to do them, but you do. And if you don't do them, then you get a 0, and that counts against your quiz grade. You're the quiz portion of your grade. So this video is to inform you of this problem, and when you're doing quizzes, everything will be just fine as long as you do them from the module section. But if you don't do them at all, obviously you're not going to get credit for them. So there's that. The only other thing as far as requirements for turning in work is going to be related to the packet tracer labs, which I'm going to go over in another video. What typically comes included with those are 2 files. There's your lab PDF file that it gives you instructions on what to do in the packet tracer for the lab, and then there's a packet tracer file. It's a PKA file. That's the file format packet tracer uses for its assignments. What these labs typically do is they have you log into packet tracer. The instructions give you, what to do step by step, 1, 2, 3, 4 in packet tracer, and then you have to save your work. You have to save your packet tracer to a PKA file, and then I can use that to grade your assignment. And so when you turn in the work, you have to turn in the completed lab PDF and the PKA file if it's a packet tracer assignment. If it's just a regular NetLab assignment, all you need for those are the lab PDF files. And I'll go into those on those respective videos, but just another mention in this video is that that's a required, if it's a packet tracer assignment, you have to turn in those two, the PKA file and the lab PDF. You have to turn in those two things. If it's anything else, it's typically just the lab PDF alone. If it's a NetLab assignment, or the quizzes, they self-grade, and exams self-grade themselves. So there it is for requirements on turning in assignments. If there's anything else, I'll post it in the announcements that I can't think of. While we're on the subject of assignments and turning in work, I can tell you that every semester I catch 2 or 3 people cheating. And those people are typically reported to the school for academic dishonesty, and in some instances are removed from the class, and in some instances removed from the school, given this particular situation. So I strongly urge you to not be tempted by what you may find online as far as cheating materials, because if you try to do that in this class, you'll get caught. I mean, it happens every semester. So even with my warnings, it happens. And so don't try to hide it by rewording things. Don't copy paste directly. Just don't do it, and you'll be fine. And so that's just a warning there for that. And if you have any questions about anything, or if you come across problems with assignments that you can't fix, always keep in mind online learning support for the technical troubleshooting. If there's just something missing, or verbiage doesn't make sense, or whatever, if you have any other questions, you're more than welcome to hit me up at the sgianfrito@ivtech.edu email address. Good luck, and that's it for this video.